Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Not Your Asian Women podcast. I'm Christine Chang.
I'm shining.
How do you feel today?
Tired. I don't know. This age is getting to me. And it's raining. It never rains in LA, huh?
Yeah, Jenny. So you're here just for the weekend. And, well, yesterday was okay.
Yeah,
You had one
yesterday
day.
was nice.
Yeah, I'm tired too. I feel I feel bad. I'm doing my best to be on and be a little engaging. But yeah, I'm just wondering, why am I tired?
Yeah, people don't understand. This shit is not as easy. You think like talking, okay, you can talk all day, but podcast is a different thing. You'd have to listen.
It's true. It's different from just like hanging out on the couch and talking to your friend. You do have to be a little intentional
Yeah.
and really listen. So I haven't seen you since you got back from China. You spent the month of February in China with your fam. How was that?
Yeah, family is great. I had seen them for years since pandemic, and this was the first time after pandemic, and also first time I had done therapy work. Seeing my parents after I had done like some sort of healing work. Yeah, that sounds LA, but yeah, that's what it is. And it explains a lot seeing them, just how much I am like them.
You were saying that Brad said, "Oh, this explains a lot the more I hang out with your parents."
Yeah, it's like, okay, now it explains that why you don't listen or follow rules, because your parents are like that. Your dad is like literally thinks rules don't apply to him. Like everybody, even like the document says, oh, you have to do certain things. And he's like, nah, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Has he ever had anything though, like shit hit the fan, or someone say like, Actually, no."
That's the thing. Not that bad. Not that
I mean,
bad.
clearly that's why.
Yeah. I mean, in business, he had done some like really stupid deals. It cost him a lot of money, but I guess it's a good trade. Double-edged sword, because he's super positive. He's like, okay, well, without failing at this deal, I wouldn't have gotten this deal because I know this person, that person. So it's like now spending time with them, I am a lot more mature and knowing that, okay, this is, I resemble a lot of traits from them, the good and the bad. And I'm not, I wasn't just focusing on, oh, you made me this way, and because of you, I have to go through therapy. I'm not bitter with it anymore. I was able to see it more on the bright side, because both of them are fucking hilarious. So that also, yeah, it's just my trait, and I don't look at it as good or bad anymore. It's just, oh, it's just this person. It's a very flawed person. It's my parents. What the fuck am I gonna do? So very pleasant time, and I don't. In obviously we have fight too, because that's just when you have a kind of narcissistic parent.
Well, I think it's natural to fight with your family,
Yeah.
and you should. I think it's weird when families don't fight. You know, the ones that sweep things under the rug, like everything's fine and things don't erupt. I think if you're actually being yourself and you let loose, your family's going to see that. And those are the opportunities to repair and have actually more intimacy. The ones that are very straight laced and everything seems fine, they're not super close. That's what I have observed.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I like that perspective.
But when you're in it, though,
Well, yeah,
when you're yelling and you're in it,
yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, that was hard. But yeah, it was all kinds of emotions. This time when we did fight, it wasn't I wasn't so like butthurt. It was just kind of like in the
Frustration?
frustration in the moment, I kind of want to convince him. And then afterwards, I'm like, why do I need to convince him? I was just like, I just stopped taking him seriously and start like cracking jokes. I was like, okay, well, you do your way. What's the worst can happen? All of us just die? No, I don't think so. So do what you want to do.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about when you want to drive in the snow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this time we were in the middle of the worst snowstorm in Wuhan for the past like 100 years or something. That's what we've heard. Nobody prepared for that. The fucking highways all blocked. The roofs are falling off with because it wasn't just snow, it was ice. Trees were falling off and all that, and my dad wanted to drive,
He thinks,
knowing there's like thousands. We're not talking about like regular snowstorm. We're talking about like there's a billion people there, and highways were all blocked off, and people didn't have enough food with them, and local like villagers had to like go up to the highway and then feed them. So, but that's still not enough. Like thousands of people getting like stuck, and this fool wanted to drive.
he thinks the rules don't apply to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. So and then yeah, I got back, and I'm sure I brought back the new COVID 2024 because everybody around me
They're
started
starting
getting
to
sick.
get it again. I have friends who have it right now. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
mild. It's mild, but they have
it's
it.
it's the coughing this time. Yeah, is the new COVID, I guess. But hadn't you see like the CDC put up a I guess formal thing on their website, basically saying that it's not COVID anymore. It's just cold. It's flu.
It's well, I think they're lumping it in with. I mean, that's what they were forecasting was with the vaccines.
Yeah.
That eventually they're just going to lump it into that yearly flu shot that
Yeah.
people get, which I actually don't get the yearly flu shot. Do you?
I don't
Yeah,
either.
no.
I don't really get sick that much.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
And I see people. I can see people getting frustrated. It's like, what the fuck just happened? And now all of a sudden, this is a cold. Remember how shit was crazy?
It's just thinking back 2020 on that time, those 2 to 3 years is weird.
Yeah, and I don't like. It feels like that was like it's 2024 now.
Yeah. But it still feels
So
weird.
blurred out. Like I don't like 3 years had gone past. I don't feel it.
And things have changed.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people with work things that we were talking about, like, how do you feel about work? I think a lot of people are really thinking about, like, why am I doing this? Why am
Yeah.
I doing what I'm doing? What's actually important?
Yeah, I don't know if like this whole pandemic is good for us in the long run. It feels like the whole humanity has shifted attitude a little bit, and I do feel like that too. Everybody kind of feel like it just really lost, unmotivated, and it's like, what? Why am I working? Why am I grinding? What the fuck am I doing? Do I want to die for some company
Yeah,
that
like, for
doesn't
what?
even give a fuck about me?
For what?
Yeah, for what? And then also like the economy is unstable. Like, is it really, the traditional way of 401k, you save a little bit, you can retire comfortably, and now people starting to see the whole picture. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Your social security or at 401k is not going to ride above the inflation wave, and then what's going to happen is a lot of uncertainty. So I think maybe it's a good time for people to kind of slow down and think about what do I really need? What's the most
Important to me.
important to me? Before my deathbed, am I gonna regret I didn't grind? Yeah. So, how about you? Like, you taking a good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with work stuff, so I just came back from San Francisco. So I'm still helping my dad. He's I guess similar to your dad, when they get older, just kind of unreasonable. He's still sharp, but just very increasingly stubborn. He's gripping so tight to his way that it's been difficult to interact with him. So I think I'm learning to just accept. The acceptance is a big part of it, because once you accept, you kind of like loosen your grip. It is what it is. I realize I can't change his outlook on certain things, on most things now. So how do I want to show up here? And so I think I'm learning to help him better with work things, because at first I was like, maybe I just can't. I'm just going to let you do your thing then. Clearly you need help, but you're not willing to listen to anybody. And I said that to him. And I've been having to text because it's clear. Because he's not listening. So I just said, clearly you need help, but you're not willing to listen to anybody. I'm going to continue helping you with branding and marketing. He's my dad, so I do want to help him. I thought about just leaving, but then I think about, he's 82, if he were to die or something, how would I feel about how I showed up? So I do want to help him, but with proper boundaries. And I mean, traditional Chinese people, they don't know boundaries really. Yeah. It's very mixed in. And I don't even think he knows what I'm talking about when I say branding and marketing. I don't think he's a chemist. I said, you work in the lab. And so I do my thing. I don't run things by him anymore. The website, like, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even look at it. How he's going to know? So I'll do the work here. And then it does make me a little sad, though, because it's right now I don't have space to talk about work because he just talks at you. Even my sister, no, she's like, he's kind of acting like Donald Trump, talking like at you, and he doesn't listen. And so that's my boundary. I said, this is not pleasant for anybody. So like last time I went up, I didn't have lunch with him.
Is he funny though?
He is funny. Both my parents are funny. You know what? I was thinking the other day, like, I'm so grateful that I come from a cool family. You know how some people can be, there's nothing wrong with it, but you like square. Mm-hmm. And I'm just not a fan, because it's not fun. If you're square, dorky's fine. I like dorky too, but square, I'm so glad I don't come from a square family. They have a casualness about them, my parents, and a certain humor too, which I think fun is a big value of mine. Fun and funny. And I think as adults, as you get caught up in work, sometimes you can forget. Probably not you, because everything's funny to you. But sometimes, like, yeah, shit's like just not that serious, dude. Like, what the fuck? So overall, everything's okay. Everyone's healthy. He's going to go to China soon, and I think Vietnam as well. He's doing his thing. My mom's healthy, so that's good. She's better. Her energy's good. I can hear it in her voice. And she's going to go to Hong Kong soon to visit her brother. So I'm so glad she's moving again. Because, when you're in your house and she's watching the news all the time for like the last 5 years. And so it makes her really anxious and scared. So I'm like, once you start doing the things, I hope it makes her like, okay, it's like all in my head. It's not as hard as I thought it was. Because she used to travel all the time. She would like going to Borneo, like really exotic places, snorkeling, like that adventure lady. And she kind of like shut off for a while, but now I think she's getting her groove back.
That's good. Yeah.
And same with me. I'm kind of in a place where with the work stuff, taking it day by day, but the clarity is coming day by day. I'm just doing every day, but it'd be nice to be clear of what's my end point. What's the horizon that I'm going for? I think it's more to me to know that, because I'm not a floater type of person. La da da. I like to be intentional, but then you kind of like loosen the grip and you kind of find your way. But I think having a shared, like Pete and I were talking about having a shared horizon. Like, what are our goals and what are we pointing towards? that way I don't want to like miss anything when I'm on my deathbed.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. It's like you have a common goal, but how to get there, you're flexible.
Yes, that the flexibility is very important. I've learned through the years because a lot of times you can get there faster in a way that you couldn't even imagine for yourself. If you're so attached to how something has to happen, for example, some people with dating, I don't want to meet him on an app. And I said, if I told you that you can meet the man of your dreams tomorrow, but you meet him on an app, would you be okay with that? You wouldn't care how he showed up. It's just he's here. So maybe, be open to it. If you don't want to be on the app, that's fine. But just, maybe be open to it. Because there's some fantastic people that you could meet online. It's just maybe you, in your head, you have this romantic story that you want it to be organic, or maybe you associate meeting someone online as it's embarrassing.
One.
Yeah, whatever. Erewhon, do you guys know the grocery store Erewhon? I think if you live in LA, you definitely do. I took Shining yesterday. I gave her the full West Side LA experience. We went to Rocket Yoga, and I said, I'm going to take you to Erewhon, and we're going to get some smoothies.
Dang, that grocery store is like exclusive. Membership, not cheap. It's like how do I even explain that?
Yeah,
It's like
how would you explain
toned
it?
up. Is Trader Joe pretty good? I mean,
It's
middle class grocery. So yeah, it's like if you can imagine like Trader Joe's plus I don't know Louis Vuitton. Yeah, and I since Christine told me about it, I've been talking shit. I was like, what the fuck is a smoothie? Like $20-$30 a smoothie. It's called like Hailey Bieber smoothie. I'm like, who the fuck is she? Who the fuck gives a fuck about what she drinks? Shit. And then I saw no Chinese in there, just white people. I'm like, of course. We're more cost efficient. You ain't gonna see us paying hundreds of dollars for membership that's not Costco. Then we got our smoothie. I took a sip. I was like, all right. that makes sense.
It's actually a good smoothie.
It is a very
thoughtful,
good smoothie.
right? But it's stupidly expensive. I have a love-hate relationship with it because it's super expensive. And two, if you look at the crowd, especially if you go into the Venice location, well, besides no Chinese people, what was your observation of what the crowd was like?
No Chinese, no blacks. Mostly just white.
But
white girls.
Well, it's like a boho chic.
Yeah.
Like there's a style there. And apparently a lot of people, if you're single, it's a good spot to go to date, apparently. There's a lot of good looking people there. I will admit that.
Yeah. I wonder how many of them just take a loan to live there just to, get connected versus, you really live that lifestyle. You're like trust fund babies.
That's what I think when I see, because a lot of younger girls are in there drinking the Hailey Bieber smoothies, but I'll see they'll have that, they'll buy like a pint of sparkling water along with a hot bar breakfast. And I'm thinking, that's like a $60 breakfast. Like I just assume, I'm like, your parents are giving you money for this. Or I'm like, how, because it's crowded in there. I'm like, how do so many people have this much money to be spending? I'll go in there. The smoothie for me is a treat. It's not a regular thing. I don't grocery shop there. If you were literally to grocery shop there, just say a regular run, it'd probably be $500. I think it's just too much. But they do have a few certain things, maybe drop in once in a while. But I'm just surprised how many people have money to shop there.
Yeah. I mean, for immigrants, even if we do have money, it's not in our blood to just throw it away like that. We have to calculate the worth. And I know plenty of immigrants that are fucking wealthy, but not in that way. that they own properties. You wouldn't even know. They dress like homeless. They still like using coupons to go to fucking bargain markets
Yeah.
to buy things. And it's a meme that people in our Chinese immigrants community, like some Chinese immigrants would drive Mercedes to pick up unemployment checks. Some stereotypes is just right. Yeah, we do cheap.
We're practical. Yeah, it is very specific what in general Chinese people will spend money on. They're very practical. So they do like investing in property.
Oh yeah,
Property.
we love properties for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's just a very safe, slow, reliable way in general to make money.
Yeah.
And then the bougie ones, they do like brand labels like Louis Vuitton and stuff. They will spend on that though.
But no, the trust fund babies, the second so we call it parachute kids.
Okay.
For somebody like me or a younger generation where their parents are still in China, they'll send their kids to high school, American high school, boarding school, and they stay with a in-house family, and they'll pay the family monthly fee, and so the tuition, cost of living, and everything is covered. So that those kids are called parachute kids.
So
It's the same as trust fund. It's the same thing. So yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious. It's like, okay, bye, you go, you go to America. Here's a a big chunk of money, and a lot of those kids would. You can tell when somebody is self-made or trust fund.
That's true, because if you're self-made, you know how hard it takes to make that money. So I think in general they wouldn't blow it on a $4,000 bag. They would think hard before doing that.
Yeah, especially hard-earned money, and not what I'm saying, like the gray area money or drugs or then those type of people, I guess, tend to, I don't know, yachts, private jets.
Yeah,
if it's easy, like gambling or casinos or I don't know, like those people tend to show off like that. But like hard earned money, people don't
Right.
have a lifestyle like that to
Right.
fund, to use their hard earned money to fund their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that too. Are you into the private jet yacht?
I mean, if I could afford it.
If you could afford it, you would get one. You would buy a boat and you would fly private.
If I could, I'd have to think about it because it's a depreciation asset. Yeah, I'm very good with investment, and I have to think about, because maintenance, a parking,
boat.
yeah, oil,
yeah, and a plane.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
would-
much maintenance.
yeah, so much maintenance will cost a lot. So if I had like endless money to spend, then I wouldn't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't value it enough. I can get if you're really passionate about boats or something like that. For me, the more you have, the more staff you need. And to me, it's just more headache, like more things to think about. Oh, did someone take care of this? And I don't think I like any of that stuff enough to want to own it. If you're about to fly private and you said, hey, do you want to hop on? Of course, I'm going to say yes. But there's also the aspect of kind of hippy dippy, but I want to take care of the planet too. And things like yachts and private jets are just not good for the planet. So it's just, is how necessary is this? Like the pollution and stuff. People spend their money in different ways. I like good food. There's certain things I'm willing to spend money on, but there's other things that I don't value.
Yeah, that's true. There are people would like spend certain money on this that doesn't make sense, but then
If it
when it
genuinely
comes to-
makes
yeah,
you happy,
yeah.
that's why everyone's different.
yeah, I mean, if it's your money, I don't really care how you spend it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No, when I hear people complaining about how rich people spend their money, I'm like, well, then you make money and then you can spend it how you want.
Yeah, some of those fucking retarded comments. It's like, oh, you about this? They're starving people in Gaza, or like they'll bring up whatever current thing is. Like, what the fuck have you done? Yeah, like it's it sucks. Like previous videos I've said, but what do you want this person to do? Like just hold influencers or celebrities, like, oh, you hadn't posted this about it, what do you have to say about this and that? Get a fucking life. Who
No,
the fuck
seriously.
cares?
If you're really passionate about that, then you say things. You can yell on a megaphone. You can broadcast on your social media channels. But I'm like, let other people do. Actually, if you do want to recruit other people or try to inspire them to take action, yelling at them's not the way to do it, right? So I'm like, you're not being effective, actually. If this is what you're trying to do, you're not doing a very good job at it. And I think a lot of it is frustration, like misplaced frustration. And because I value productivity and effectiveness so much, it's easier to see when you're not emotional, right? I'm like, this just doesn't make any sense. Like, you do you. I just don't do it to me. Some people, has anyone done that to you before? Like, why aren't you mentioning this on your Instagram?
Not really, because I'm a comedian and all my shit is like dark, twisted. Nobody really comes at me. I see a lot of like a real influencers who are in fashion or lifestyle Instagram. Their comments have a lot of free this, free that. It's just like, oh, why don't you say something about this? I'm like, oh Jesus. I sometimes I like, if they caught me in a bad day, somebody said some in my comment.
It's so strange to me. The whole online world too is weird. Oh, do people talk like that in real life? Right?
I
I feel
hadn't
like they don't. When
no
you have these kind of conversations in real life, they don't sound like that.
no I hadn't encountered any person in real life that keeps saying like Air One grocery store we went yesterday. Nobody went in and then put up a flag and then say stop shopping and this, donate money to this and that. Nobody does that. So, but yeah, I'm no real person like in real life would do that. It's just online. That's why like online is fake. I don't
It's
take any comments anybody says anything serious.
it's so disconnected, right?
Yeah.
It really it's funny because it kind of it does connect ideas and things like that, but it makes people disconnected from each other. A lot of what is posted, like hater message and stuff, they would never say that in real life to somebody,
Yeah. No, because they will get beaten.
right?
Yeah. We need to bring back some of beaten.
I mean, it's well, repercussions. Mike Tyson has said that. He's like, it's very clear some people have never been punched in the face and never have. And that's online. If you're just shooting things out and no one can really do anything about it, you don't really have any repercussions. Someone saying to your face,
Yeah.
you can't do that. Of course, these people have no fucking idea.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, travel.
Oh, yeah.
And
Because
yeah,
you had
and-
your travel withdrawals. You said when you got
oh
back, you were
yeah.
all
Yeah,
sad.
I still feel like a little bit from travel withdrawal. Because when we were in China, we didn't have to spend a dime. No
parents.
responsibilities. Yeah, my parents, everything was covered. It was just like high speed train is really nice. And if we convert to US dollars, it's like hella cheap. And it's like luxurious. Like a whole carriage only had like five of us. We had so much room. It was so fast and service was nice. And yeah, I feel like once you go above social ladder, it is very hard to go back to coach again.
You do get used to certain
Yeah.
things where it becomes more uncomfortable
Yeah, I
to go
know. I
back.
know. I know. I was like to Brad, you think you're a good person until you upgrade to first class. Cause this shit is bougie. All of a sudden, you walk differently, and you look at coach, and behind the curtain, you go, suckers, I'm better than you. It's good to, especially for long distance travel.
It's so much more
so much
comfortable
more to lay down. Yeah.
to lay down, but the price difference, this is one thing I currently don't value enough to pay the price difference. Because a first class trip flying to Asia round trip, I think it could be like what, 10 grand
No, not that much. From San Francisco to Wuhan, both of us were like close to 5K
round trip
round trip.
for first class.
Yeah,
I
not
must,
that bad.
how am I looking at tickets wrong? Because whenever I look, and it's been different destinations, it's always been over 10K. And my friend's like, no, you could do it for like 3 to 5K. I'm like, where are you looking? Because I normally look kayak, or I'll go directly on the website.
Their agent, their
Am I tripping out?
yeah, travel agency, they can get some like discount or something. You go with them,
Okay.
and then off season it will be cheaper too. Depends. You can get good deals for first class.
Do you look like multiple days? Because whenever I look, like I was helping my mom, for example, book her ticket from San Francisco to Hong Kong. Even the premium economy was over 10,000. And I was like, what is going on? This is next month is April. It's not even peak travel season. So I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, offline. I can send you some like agency
But can you
number. You can search
you
it.
should be able to search yourself and
Yeah.
get the same rates, right? So I'm like,
Sponsor us, and I'll shout you out. Like worldtravel.com or whatever, like Asia travel agency. Sponsor us.
yeah, clearly I'm doing something wrong, but it is a pretty big price gap. That would just say it's like $3,000 more. I do think in my head, for this $3,000, there's like a lot of things I would rather do with it. I'm like, can I just suffer through a flight a little bit, And it is really uncomfortable. But I think as you get older too, like your back starts to hurt and things. So for now, Pia and I will do premium economy or economy plus if the flight's not too long. He's tall, so and just sit towards the front of the plane. Usually enough. I'm just like, I'll just like suck it up for a little bit, and then once we get there, we'll be fine.
Yeah, there's a way to get off season. You have to pre-plan. If it's a spontaneous trip, that would be harder. But there are ways to get good discount on first class.
What's pre-planned? Like how many months in advance?
You like since we I travel back and forth to like Asia, China a lot, so I know off season is from like March to May type of thing, and you can get discounted price, and then their app. I don't want to shut it out for no sponsorship. I'll give it to you in private, but they have a lot of travel agency on there. You can like negotiate price.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then there's some like a Europe trips too, but when it's off season, you can get good discount. And if it's like, because from San Francisco to Wuhan, going there was 14 hours.
Yeah.
14 hours. Like, yeah, let's do that. And this is the way I justifying my spending, because I used to get like name brand bags every year, like whatever the it bag I have to have. I hadn't spent any money on it. So I'm like, that's already a good chunk of round trip.
Parachute kid.
So, but as I'm getting older, it's not about like on staying on trend. like, oh, who, what is Haley Bieber have? Like, I have to have, because back in our day, I'm gonna fucking, we're old, but when Paris Hilton was the it girl, whatever she had, I had to have. And not knowing, like, our body types might be different and it might look different on me, and now that I'm older, I don't have to have trendy things anymore.
Yeah. Well, now the trends also are, it's like every 2 weeks something changes.
Yeah.
Do
And
you
it's
notice
also,
that?
yeah, and I've noticed I spend a lot of money on things people can't really see, but it's for my comfort. I'd spend a lot of money on mattress. Good
That is worth
mattress.
every penny because you spend a third of your life in bed.
Yes, that's how I was looking at. Because when I was younger, I was like, okay, if I spend, this much money, I want people to see it. But now it's more about comfort, and do I feel comfortable? And yeah, like, you spent third of your life on the bed.
Right?
It deserved to spend
Yeah.
some money on
Mattress,
it.
sofa, because, we
Yeah.
would sit on the sofa to watch TV a lot. So we were willing to spend on that. And I think in the home, a lot of things, like anything you touch, like for me, like the glass, like water glasses, anything that you touch, the floors we're starting to redo. And yeah, I'm kind of picky about that because there is a difference between like a cheap glass with a thick rim and a thinner one. I'm like, I use these every day. Might as well be something that feels good to
Yeah,
me.
it's more for like quality of life and not for like vain reason anymore.
Yeah. Strong coffee company. What do you think?
This is perfect for lazy bitches like me. You can just pour the powders in and put hot water. You wouldn't believe it. My eyes was smaller than this, but after that, I'm awake.
Use code.
Oh yeah.
What's our code? Not your Asian women at
Yeah.
checkout for a nice little discount.
Enjoy your new crack.
Oh yeah, travel withdrawal. So, and now we're back, reality hits, responsibilities. We have file taxes, we have emails we got to respond to, and we're not spending like other people's money. So we have to think twice about it, plan, and yeah, it just is almost like, dang, I just woke up from a dream. It was really nice. It's funny how, like, instantly when you're with your parents, no matter how old you feel, you're like, oh, I'm a baby and they take care of me.
You're so lucky to have that.
Yeah.
For a long time, I thought it was normal. Like most people, like they have this. Like I saw at my old condo building. It's kind of near UCLA, my apartment. And there was two Asian parents, and they had like a big thing of toilet paper and things. And I said, oh, they're coming to visit their kid and gift them things. I'm like, parents are the best. But I also realized not everyone has this, right? I mean, in general, in Asian culture, Chinese culture, I think tends to be more the norm. But that not everyone has that kind of support. So I feel really, really lucky to have it. And also just thinking that like my parents aren't going to be around for that much longer, so just to really soak up, even if through the annoying moments and things like that, just soak up the time.
Yeah. And oh, funny story. So when we were there, I like a massage. Chinese massage in China. It's a little different. One, we don't have, sense of boundary and no sense of privacy.
Yeah,
That's given.
no curtains, no nothing, right? Everyone's in the same room.
So it was a private room with me in the middle, my mom and my husband. I took them for massage. And in the middle, me and my mom were just enjoying time. Great massage. And my husband all of a sudden sat up and looked at me and said, "It's getting a little close. Is it a little, it's personal. Getting a little personal. Is it normal?" So I was like, no, like thinking how Chinese massage are. I'm like, yeah, of course it's normal, because they will press some point on your like pretty close to
Like your hips,
your
like where
hip
your
area.
yeah, where
Yeah,
your
yeah.
legs meet your
Yeah, for
your
me,
hip.
like pretty close to the lips. So I thought it was something like that. And then I was like, yeah, sure, enjoying it. It's normal. And after the massage, he told me the masseuse lady grabbed his balls and pressed them. And he didn't know that
Is that normal though? That could be something that they normally do.
I guess so. And he was so worried that she would just whip it out in front of his mother-in-law. So, whoa, this is getting uncomfortable. But since once you said it's normal, okay, I'm just gonna lay back and enjoy.
Grabbed his balls. I think it could be because it's through the clothes, right?
Yeah, through the clothes.
It could be just normal. In Eastern culture, there's no like boobs are normal to massage. Like when I went to India, they don't think twice about it.
India, I don't question that. But
It was women.
yeah,
It was ladies.
Yeah, in China too, it's like a breast massage. And then legit, I've seen a testicle massage. So I guess it's normal.
I mean, it's just another part of your body. I mean,
Yeah,
isn't that fun?
especially wasn't like sexual. It was just like the three of us in the room. Everybody were just like getting massaged. It wasn't like
That's the thing. Sometimes I think, isn't it funny with our quote unquote like private parts that we often make it has to be sexual or medical when you talk about it. But it's not just a thing that's there, right? It's not just like a body part. We tend to make it sexual or medical. Does it always have to be?
America is actually, if you travel around the world, you know America is actually very conservative.
Yeah.
Very, like when it comes to sex, it's very taboo. It's not as open.
Yeah. If you
At
go to
all.
Europe, you see the like boobies, the lingerie, like the kids see all the things.
Yeah. Even like in China, because we have long history and we know like several emperors were gay. There's just no history facts. And we don't, it's not illegal. Like gay marriage is not illegal, but it's not, like you're not gonna be beaten to death or sent to prison or nothing like that. It's just it's not even something we talk about. It's just it's a thing, you know. Couples in the same sex will stay in together. It's like it's not a thing that we put a emphasis or debate on it. So I feel like America is like need to put a label. Okay, this is LGBTQ plus some all of the fucking alphabet. But like in China, like Chengdu especially is like the San Francisco of China. You see all kinds of queers walking on the street. Nobody like no one. It's fucking normal thing.
It's just like there you are.
There, yeah,
Not
yeah.
we need to figure.
Yeah, you're
this.
not treated special. You're a person. Nobody gives you second like or like, oh my god, like let's be sensitive towards this group. We don't have that. It's just everybody is just fucking miserable and struggling to go through life. So yeah, like everybody is fucking depressed. Most of people, younger people in China these days can't even find a job. So like that's the thing we try to focus in on, and not like like the whole, because it's a what's the term, mono race. So like race where something is not a thing. It's we all know it's classism. It's a privileged group of powerful people that holds resources versus rest of peasants. So it's more like that. And then yeah. Why did I get to all political about it? Anyway, so just saying that, yeah, in China is pretty, we don't really openly talk openly talk about that stuff. And massage, I guess, yeah, like you said, it's it's your body. We're just gonna do some acupuncture pressure points, make you feel good. It wasn't like really sexual.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if it was in the US, just say there was a masseuse that offered it. I feel there would have to be a lot of permissions and things like that. Right? Like
Yeah.
discussions, lawsuits, like it's like a whole thing. Where over there it's more body parts. That's when I got the massage in India. That's how I felt. Like, matter of fact, no one's giggling that they're working on our boobs. It's just like that next part, stomach. And do you notice, like in the US, usually they don't massage your stomach either,
Yeah, they massage your stomach in China. They do
right?
stomach massage. Yeah.
What? But I'm like, why not? It's just like another part of your body.
Yeah, I think you're right, because there's liability. Well, kind of fucking crazy. Because what's the word? Litigious. Like you like to sue a lot.
I mean,
What's the word? Fucking.
I actually don't know the term, but I mean, Americans are
Yeah,
known.
known for like to sue. Litigious. Fine, I don't know. I sound retarded right now. But
Okay,
Yeah.
well, to close out, do you guys have more travel plans this year?
we we'll see. That was a lot of money. I do want a budget, but maybe local travel. I don't want to wait to for that long to travel again, because now that we're back, it's kind of like a little reset. You'd be surprised at how much just a little local trip can do for your mental health. Just get out of your bubble and then try something different, reset. Yeah. What about you? Plan to?
Yes, we're going to Galapagos this summer. So Pete and I, that's our big trip this year. We're so excited.
I don't even know how to spell that.
And do you know where it is?
Africa sounds like.
Are you joking? Okay.
South America.
Okay, yeah. So you fly into Ecuador and then
Yeah.
you go over. So that's one trip, and then I think I'm gonna do Mallorca with some friends in May. That's my birthday month, and I'm trying to convince Pete to come as well because the other husbands are coming, and Pete, like Brad, works a lot, and I'm like, it's 4 days. I'm like, can you please make it work? And flights weren't super expensive when I looked. And then I think that's all we have in the books. Other things can pop up work related. We went to the Cannes Film Festival, you and I, last year. This year, I don't want to do the film festival, but there is a marketing conference a couple months after. And work-wise, I've actually heard that one's better in terms of like money and stuff. Those are the people you want to be talking to. If I can get work to fly me out there, I'm going to go.
Nice.
So maybe I could try to get a photo gig out there. And then besides that, it'll be small trips, maybe visiting Pete's family in Jersey, seeing my family. And maybe some other things will pop up last minute. But I'm trying to incorporate more work with travel because in the past, that's how I traveled, because I photographed weddings for a long time, 15 years. And it would take me to the coolest places. And I realized after I stopped photographing weddings and destination weddings, it's up to me to plan the travel now. But also, it's really expensive if someone's not flying you out and putting you up. I'm like, gosh, this adds up. So, and I thrive, and it's very expansive for me when I'm traveling. So I want to keep that up. So we'll see what else pops up. But
Yeah.
do you see it?
Yeah. Nothing. What else we got on catching up? Travel withdrawals. Family. I think we
Work.
covered work. Yeah, losing motivation. Yeah.
I think it's good.
That's about it. Yeah. Oh, sponsor us, travel agency. We can shout you out. We travel a lot, and most of our demographics are independent women who can't afford travel. So
Yes,
sponsor us.
this is true. Fam trips. Have you heard of fam trips?
No.
Where they bring influencers out to certain places. Yeah, so a lot of event planners, like top event planners, will get pulled because they're the ones who bring in the clients and the weddings and stuff. And I got an email recently, so I'm waiting for them to email me back. But they they asked me because they need a photographer on every trip. And I don't know who gave them my name, but she said, these are the trips this year. Can you rank them in order of would this interest you? And then two, rank them in order of where you'd want to go first. I was like, oh, Switzerland, Mexico City. and
I wonder where you can do to apply jobs like that. You know how like you can rank like a hotel, Michelin or jobs like that. I wonder if there's like a travel plan.
I think if you have a agency, so the thing is, these companies in general, they don't blindly reach out to people and be like, hey, you have to kind of know someone, whether it's a middle person or there's an agent. So I looked at this company who contacted me, and eventually I'll ask, but I've seen some other photographers and event planners that I've worked with before have gone on these trips. So it must have been one of them. But I was really happy about that. So I hope it follows through, because that would be a great way to get me to travel again and fund it.
Yep.
And the workload's really little too. They just ask, we just need 10 photos a day,
Nice.
like to be usable for our marketing. And to me, it's so easy to do that. I'm so happy to do that, to trade to be staying at these nice places.
And I can make funny videos.
And you could be my if Pete can't come, I'll have the hotel room and you can come. Oh yeah, you would be the travel influencer.
Yeah, shout us out or holler at us and sponsor us. That's it for this episode. Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, or share with your friends. Or you know what? Leave a comment. We love comments, whether they're good or bad. Haters,
Please, we love you.
help our algorithm.